Everyone, come back to another segment of my weekly forex forecast. So, as you can see over here, I already have a running trade on Usdcad. This is the daily time frame. So, and I also have a running trade also on Eurgbp. So, I also have a running trade here on Eurgbp. So, I will be explaining my thought process on these trades, and I also analyzed DSY, and let's see what DSY is up to recently, because I think for the past 2 months I haven't uploaded a new video here on my YouTube channel. I think either 2 months or 1 month plus. So this is going to be a lengthy one. So let's start with my USD card trade. Let's start my USD card trade. So let's start from the higher time frame. I'm not gonna lie, USD card has been very profitable for me this year so far. All these gray boxes were my entries on USD card. This one, this one, this one. Then currently, I still have a running position here also on USD card. So far this year, USD card has been fantastic, and I'm also looking forward to see what the remaining part of this year will also bring for us. So on the monthly time frame, let's start from the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, as you can see, there is a level here. This gray box here, this gray box is a major zone, because price is held price here twice. Also, it push price down again, push price down, push price down, push price down. And ideally, it did look like it has broken above with some, I think, 2 or 3 candles, 4 candles. So ideally, it looked like it wanted to use here as a support to continue to upside, but experience, I just waited for it to break below this trend line. As you can see, this is the trend line from down here, all the way from down here. So I was waiting for it patiently to break below this trend line, because I know that this level is not going to hold. Why? DSY is still very bearish. I'm still also coming to DSY. So DSY is very bearish. Look at DSY. Look at this massive sell-off. So DSY is very bearish. So I knew that there's no way USD card is going to use that place as a support, because DSY is very, very bearish. So that was why I drew this counter trend line, and I was waiting patiently for it to break in the lower time frame. So this is what I saw on the monthly time frame. And then on the weekly time frame, as you can see, price broke below the trend line, came back and had like a touch of the trend line. This is like a break and retest on the monthly time frame. So that is when I went down to the daily time frame, because I used my daily time frame as my entry. So I spotted my entry chart pattern. As you can see, over here and over here, they are printing the same pattern. That's my entry pattern. If you watch over here also, you see a small candle play around here for some days before it sold off. Watch it again. Candle played around here for some days. As I started to see this bearish candle, that's where I started doing my entry. The same thing over here too. This is the candles playing around here, and as you can see, you have started seeing some red candles, although the sell hasn't gone that far. So my profit targets is going to be, this is the 100% retracement. So I won't be doing anything here, because the risk reward is very poor. So I'll be waiting for it to get to this zone. Then that's when I'm going to close partial and move my stop losses to break even. Then and see if I can hold the rest for as long as I can, maybe back to this zone here. Let me go to the good time frame point to see the black bar, maybe all the way down here, because as you can see, DSY is very, very bearish. So that's how I came about this USD card trade. So over to Eurgbp. Why am I long Eurgbp? Why am I long Eurgbp? So let's start from higher time frames as usual. Let's start from monthly time frames. So monthly time frames, you can see this level also is a very strong level, a very strong support for price. And the level has been able to hold price for as long as since 2016. So Watch again the pattern it prints at that level. It will print like the candle will play around that level for some months or days, depending on the time frame before you start buying. So the same thing also happened here. This market played around here for a couple of months. I think since 2024, first of all. Then I started seeing some bullish momentum. Though this trade, I saw this trade late. I could have like this Eurogrip wasn't on my watch list when all this move happened. So I could have had a long entry somewhere around here, or even somewhere around here, but that's it. So why I took the trade is that I saw the third bounce of a trend line on the daily time frame, because monthly time frame we are still very much bullish. We are still very much bullish. So maybe to around this level here, maybe to around this level here, or which will be this level at least. Let's not be too greedy, at least this level. So yeah, this level, let's not be that greedy much. So in the daytime frame, that is why I took my entry and I placed it on that level that is at the top. It is not even up to that level. At least this is 1:2 on my risk to reward. So that is what I saw that made me to take this trade. And as you can see, the trade is already moving little by little. So that's it on Eurgbp. So let's go over to DSY. What is happening with the US dollar? The US dollar is just crashing. It has been crashing since the beginning of this year, I think. The dollar has just been losing its value since 2nd January. This is the January candle. So yeah, since this year, we have been having massive sales on the US dollar. So, and as you can see, the price has already broken below this level here. So uh, we are still going to be expecting more sales. That's why more sales. As long as this level has been invalidated, and as you can see, there's no much hold up here. The only place that we see let me see, a place that might disturb DSY is maybe around this level. Yeah. As you can see, we just have a smooth ride to the upside. So I'm expecting a much more smooth sell to the downside, maybe to around this level that we have some minor zones. That is this place and this one here. So DSY should be expecting more sell. That's more reason I am short on Usdcad. And another second scenario that might likely happen is we might likely see a back, maybe something like that. But this one is not likely to happen. We might see a pullback just like this before the sales continues. But with the momentum this monthly candle has to the downside, I think this one is not likely to happen. But still anything can happen in this market. So DSY multi time frame, I'm expecting more sales on this pair, more sales, more sales, more sales. Then the weekly time frame, these are the levels that are mapped out that might disturb price a little bit. So this was the one I mapped out on the monthly time frame just a few seconds ago. So let me delete it for our chart to be cleaner. So this level here, I mapped it out so that I don't want to get overly too confident because of the second probability that say that it might happen. Like this price might decide to come back here and try to maybe pay homage to this level because this level held price since has been held price since May 2022. So and for 3 years, I'll be here for 3 years now. This level here has been holding price. So it breaking it shows that although it's already paid a homage here, but most times or sometimes price likes to come back and have a second touch before the move continues. So that's why I said I don't want to get overly too confident. So I mapped out all the levels that the second scenario might play out from, so that I'll be very, very watchful and cautious. So that's why you see these black bars here. So these are the two levels, this level and this one here, and this one here. So that's it. But overall, I'm still very, very bearish on DSY. Even if we see retracement, I'll still be looking at for sales. So daily time frame, nothing much has happened. As you can see, the market is gone. DSY is gone to the downside. It's gone, I'm telling you. So this is it. Since this year, it has been selling massively. So that's it. So Another pair I want us to talk about is, let's talk about GBP because GBP still has some space to the upside. Euro USD, as you can see, GBP still has some space to the upside. This is the next level target of GBP, this gray box here. As you can see, this is a level support, played around here, broke above it, came back again, paid homage, resistance. So this level here will likely is likely going to price is likely going to just pay respected because this level has been strong. This level is very, very strong since 2008. So that is the next level target for UPSD. So I'm expecting more buys on UPSD. I'm bullish on UPSD on the time frame. And I also mapped out a place that might give price top down. That is this black bar. But as you can see, last week candle broke above it significantly. So I'm expecting this new week candle to continue pushing to the upside. Then on daily time frame, how am I going to take advantage? This trade already is gone. This level, although I took a trade I think USD but I closed it based off on this level. This was the place I like. If I wanted to trade GPUSD now, this place is the most ideal place to trade GPUSD. But instead, I traded on USDCHF because I liked USDCHF's price action because I wasn't confident of this level because there's a major level here. So I feel I was waiting for price to come back and have a more steeper level to this major level. Because most times, if when buying, see, experience has taught me a lot of things. Most time, if I buy, so we see this kind of setup where you have a minor support here and you also have a major support. Most times in the past, when I buy in this level, price will break below it and come back and test this major level before it starts to buy. So that's why I was very cautious of the GPS. That's why I left this trade. This trade now. That's why I left it and I went over to USDCHF. I'm going to go over to USDCHF too. So how am I going to take advantage of this trade? Is going to maybe I'll use trend line. Let me check. Yeah, maybe I will use trend line. Maybe if we see maybe more buyers, and we see a collapse like this. If we see more buys and we see a collapse like this, then I might be looking to wanna go long like this on GPSD. So that's how I think I'll be taking advantage of this level on GPUSD. So, but just know that the next level target for GPSD is this up here. It's up here. So now let's go over to USD CHF. I don't know what's happening, why everything is just frozen. Okay, I think we are back. So let's go over to USD CHF. So this was the trade I was telling you guys that I took on USD this gray box. Anytime you see me place a gray box, just know I did an entry there. Also, yeah, I did an entry here. I sold all this thing to downside here. So this was the sell. As you can see, this one is much more like much more presented itself much more sweet and good than GPUSD buys. Although I've already closed partial, but I'm still holding a little portion of the trade. USDCHF. So let's start from multi-time frame. USDCHF also is gone, just like GPUSD. And I don't see any other hold up or obstacle on the road apart from this week all the way here, just like in TSY also. So I'm expecting more sales on USDCHF. Although USDCHF had the same scenario with TSY, something like this can also price can also want to come and pay homage to this broken level just like this. But all in all, I'm still very, 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 very bearish on USDCHF because this selling pressure is very strong. So week time frame, still the same thing, a break below. So the retest. Retest is also still possible, but I don't think it's going to likely happen. So I think that is it for this video. I don't want to get it too long. So see you guys in the next segment. Thank you for staying to the end.